for reports, is edit access still all or nothing, or can edit permissions be granted more granularly? I think this question is asking about like folks editing report schema. And I think the question is about like shared report access for editing. We have not changed the permissions there, so it's still going to be the same as it was. So you would have to still be able to grant users permission to, edit shared reports, or if they can have personal reports. We've not changed that setting as the high level there. If one user changes column widths in a report, will those changes appear for other users with access to the same report, or are they unique to the current user? So we remember changes to column widths per user, per report, and per widget. So if I make changes to my column widths, Ben comes in to see the report, he is not going to see my changes. And this also deserves a call out here at this point, though. If you are in an embedded report in a form and you adjust your column widths, we are now going to remember that adjustment as part of your preferences the next time you come into a report, you come in to view this form, which was something that was never happening before in our legacy experiences. So that is exciting.
We allow users to change fields from certain forms. We lock down who can view and edit from reports. It seems that if we enable grid reports, they will be able to edit the fields anywhere. Am I understanding this correctly?
So it depends how you're restricting access to those fields. If you're restricting access to those fields based on their permissions and their role, we are respecting that fully. So we are not allowing them to edit anything that they couldn't previously edit before. If you are relying on form rules to make those fields read-only, then grid reports are not respecting that currently, similar to legacy grid edit, where it is just not something we're inheriting from the form. Those form rules, since they're obviously only also respected on that specific form, they're not respected on grid edit as well. But if you have that scenario, you can go into your report settings and control if inline editing is available. You can say no for this particular report. Obviously, that's a little bit of a more severe move than just field by field. But yeah, you can control that through your role settings as well. This is probably also a good time for me to mention, if someone hasn't asked about this yet, I'm really surprised. One of the big pieces of feedback that we've gotten since we launched to open beta is that folks want this setting, this inline editing setting, at the default report settings level, so you can control it table by table. And that is not something that we had previously available, but it is something that we are working on. So basically, there's not an option here to say the default for this table is no, but that is something that we are working on. Best practices for preventing unintentional edits. The best practice here, I would say, is make sure that you have your roles locked down to prevent unintentional edits, and make sure that you're leveraging the setting in our reports to prevent inline editing, and when on reports where you don't want it. But making sure that your your role settings are exactly as you'd like them to be are going to be the best protection.